West Virginia has a lot of history and historical sites and is known for its paranormal abnormalities. So in the spirit of Halloween, here's some West Virginia haunted places where you can get your spooky fix. Widely regarded as one of the most haunted prisons in the United States, the West Virginia Penitentiary in Moundsville, West Virginia, is probably the creepiest place to go if you want a good scare. With 998 murders and suicides, 85 hangings, and 9 electrocutions, the West Virginia Penitentiary has a dark and violent past. The Cincinnati, Ohio Inquirer called it a hell on earth in 1886. The New York Times branded it as one of the most violent in the country. The prison hauntings date back to the 1930s when guards saw inmates or shadows roaming freely. Haunted Heartland Tours has performed several paranormal investigations into the prison, and that was featured on MTV. Sherry Brake, the owner of the tour company, wrote a book about the investigations called The Haunted History of the West Virginia Penitentiary, Afterlife with No Parole. She cites 100 or so accounts of paranormal activity, including the shadow men, and that's the dark silhouettes that roam the grounds. The inmates believe that if they died in captivity, their spirit would remain in captivity. The prison operated for 129 years. And I got these pictures and the information from an interview with Tom Stiles, and he's the prison facilities manager. The interview was done by Lori Kelsey of the Charleston Gazette-Mail. I also got some information from the book by Sherry Brake that I mentioned earlier, The Haunted History of the West Virginia Penitentiary. There are tours, and they not only offer haunted stories, but also an accounting of the sad and violent history of this place. Here's another one. The Mothman in Point Pleasant, West Virginia is a pretty well-known event. There was a movie about it with Richard Gere called The Mothman Legend. In November 1966, gravediggers nearby, working in a cemetery, spotted a strange man-like figure in the trees above their heads. A few days later, 2 young couples from Point Pleasant reported being chased by a large creature with 10-foot wings whose eyes glowed red. And that was while they were driving near a former military ammunition site outside town. Sightings of the Mothman continued throughout the next year, with witnesses reporting a deep sense of dread after the encounter. Many locals believe the Mothman lived in a vacant nuclear power plant outside Point Pleasant, and he was perhaps the escape product of some government experiment. There's a Mothman statue in town, a Mothman museum and restaurant, and a Mothman festival every year in September. So Mothman lives in Point Pleasant. My favorite place where spirits have been reported is the Apollo Theater here in Martinsburg. Not only is it a historic theater still thriving, it's a very popular playhouse here. It is known for ghost sightings, and it's host to paranormal investigations by the Mid-Atlantic Paranormal Investigation Group. If you're interested, an investigation is being held this month on the 29th. It starts at midnight, ends at 4 a.m., because that's when the spirits come out. I've actually talked to people that swear they saw a woman appear and then disappear on the theater's balcony. Shepherdstown, West Virginia, here in the Eastern Panhandle, is the oldest town in West Virginia and allegedly one of the most haunted. The Shepherdstown Mystery Walks is a tour that's fun and informative because they go into the history of the area. Harper's Ferry and Charlestown also have ghost tours. It's a good way to get in the spirit of the season. and learn about the rich history of this area. These tours are a bargain. They're only $15, $25, and they're a lot of fun. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this, and if I can answer any questions about this, let me know. I'd love to help. I'm also a realtor, so if you need help with that, be sure to call me. I'm at 304-264-2828. Okay, have a wonderful day. I'll see you next week. Bye.